So this new Conquest map, I'm actually looking forward to it. We'll watch it.
I am one of the level designers on Smite 2.
I'm Aaron, and I'm the lead environment artist for Smite 2.
Smite 1's Conquest has had 10 years of iteration and new features being added. And we felt like maybe it became too complex as time went on. When we started making Conquest in Smite 2, we identified...
They even said it themselves, like, it's too complex. There's just so much more to do on the map. Which some people like, but I just want to, like, fight. I want to fight you.
Smite 1's Conquest has had 10 years of iteration and new features being added. And we felt like maybe it became too complex as time went on. When we started making Conquest in Smite 2, we identified what are the most important things that Conquest needs. So the lanes, the towers, the minions, the...
Dude, it just looks so beautiful. I can't wait to play this game.
Titans and the jungle camps. And then we tried to deepen those things first.
No, I understand it now, Hockey. Like, it's not complex. It's just like, there's just too much, man. It's just too much. Like, I have a lot of experience in Smite. It's just like, I don't like that it's so much. I would like him to have less so I can just fight more. That's why I've been liking
awesome
ADC, man. I can just fight the enemy ADC a lot. And in jungle, it's like you're just farming. You said it yourself, like you just farm. It's like
before we decided, okay,
I don't like jungle right now.
Once the map's been designed, it'll come to our team and we pretty much art up the entire map. Conquest has been the first map for Smite 2, and that's the one we've been putting all of our attention in right now. One of the big differences between UE5 and UE3 now is that we can actually help other teams facilitate a lot with creating the map. So for instance, design, we would have to either do something for them or they would have to wait on us. But now we have pipelines in flow where we can really collab with each other pretty nicely now.
In Smite 1, the floor that you stand on is just one big giant mesh. And if we ever wanted to make a change to it, we'd have to ask the art team to go and repaint the whole thing, make adjustments to it.
I'm excited to see what they do with like
now,
this future content for Smite, man.
We can just paint directly onto the...
Because everything that they've talked about is like, it takes less resources to work on, which means like maybe they have some like they can put more resources into other things and just make fucking, I don't know,
mesh. So
more shit
I can even
Smite.
go in as a designer and just make changes
or lay off.
We also have a lot more freedom with the amount of stuff we could put on the map. And not only can we put more stuff in, but we can also make it run better, smoother for all the players so they can really enjoy it. We definitely want the environment to have an impact on some of the gameplay, and it should make it a pretty dynamic experience.
So there's a lot of different ways you can interact with the map. We have a new interaction system where
this is behind the fire giant. This is kind of weird.
Pick something up or you channel onto it and something happens. So we have jungle buffs from Smite 1, but now instead of walking over to pick them up, you have to press the interact key.
Another weird mechanic.
The nice thing about this is that new players oftentimes pick up a buff accidentally.
And it's really not hard to like learn from your mistake on that one. It's just
there's a lot of new jungle buffs in the map. We reworked all of them to be different for Smite 2. And in addition to them all being new, the jungle camps now level up when you kill them. So when they level up, the buffs that they give out are better. And we have a little help tip in the game to show you what they give. But
so that was
that they give out are better. And we have a little help tip in the game to show you what.
Overset move speed every 3 seconds, max 3 stacks. Taking damage removes all stacks. Wait. So you only get movement speed until you take damage?
What they give, but they're really powerful, and we hope that people fight over them. We love seeing people invade to try and get these jungle buffs.
Buff camps will be changed a little bit. You should be able to recognize them when you do play with the minions that should be in there. It'll be a new experience without being completely unknown.
A couple other things.
You can't escape without speed, yeah. But then yeah, they gotta they just said they're gonna rework jungle too.
The doors outside your base right now in Smite 1, when you walk through, they automatically open. But you can't open it from the other side.
This is
now
cool.
You can open it from the other.
That's fine. I don't. That's kind of cool. I don't like the jungle or the fire giant one, and I don't like the interaction with buffs. It's just
the side. You just
I know
press
it's like for
switch
new
over.
players, but
The
eventually they'll
Warhorn
understand.
is our
It's not
new
it's not
totem
a
of
hard
coup
thing to learn.
replacement in the solo lane. So players
I like
will
this,
have
it's
to
a cool
go walk
concept.
over and channel onto it to capture it. Once it's captured, and if you complete the capture, it makes all your minions for the next wave stronger.
When you walk up to these big gameplay areas like Gold Fury and Fire Giant, you should definitely be able to recognize where you are if you're coming from Smite 1, but it'll be a lot more impactful now. You'll definitely get a sense you're in a special area of the
I like
map.
the pit. The
You
pit
really
looks
want to
nice.
play with
It's
scale, make you
open.
feel like you're
I don't like the current
in a pit
Gold
with Fire
Fury pit.
Giant, that if you walk in there, put down your ward and get out, or be
I
ready
like the
for
Fire
a fight.
Giant now though.
So the Fire Giant is pretty good at what he does in Smite 1. He's your power play objective. He gives you a big team boost in power and protection.
Yeah, I like
So
the
we
Gold
wanted to
Fury
keep
pit.
that.
Looks really good.
So we just reworked his kit to be fresh.
I don't like
and
the current
exciting
one.
for Smite 2. We also like that the Gold Fury has some end game stuff that scales really well as the match progresses. So we want to add a little bit of that for the Fire Giant. So each time he dies, his buff gets stronger. As the match progresses and as more Fire Giant kills happen, the buff is progressively escalating. There are new Gold Fury changes.
This
know
is
that
kind of
Gold
like
Fury-
you guys haven't experienced this yet, but us people in the OP, we've experienced this. Shutting down phoenixes and towers just seems like a really terrible play, and I'm sure people are gonna get upset about this when they start playing and realizing how fucking stupid it is.
is really important in the
Especially for 3 minutes, like that's a long time. The time can be adjusted, but still,
early and mid game. We wanted to add something there so that she's still worth taking in the
that's a really cool advantage right there. That's really cool. I like that.
end game. Now, when you defeat her, she gives you permanent team effects, and she has 3 of them.
This is another cool one. So nearby minions, if you're a god and you're nearby minions, they take reduced damage and deal more damage. This third one though,
Once you get all 3,
or I guess
the Gold
the
Fury then
fourth one.
transforms into the Ancient Fury, and this Ancient Fury will then start turning off all the towers.
I don't like that idea at all. This it kind of depends on like when they spawn and how quickly you kill these things. But disabling towers and phoenixes, we've been through that in OP. People in OP know. This is a terrible mechanic. This is even if it's like late game, you still have a chance if this wasn't in the game, if it's like really late. But having this in the game, you pretty much like just run at their tower and run at their phoenix.
Towers and Phoenixes when you defeat her.
We're just excited that everyone will be able to play Smite
don't really like the
2
mechanic.
in its new form. Smite 1 has been
That's
going
what the
on for
Fire
a
Giant's
long
supposed to
time
be.
now, and I feel like this changes. The only good things are going to come out of it,
I am so
and I feel like this changes. The only good things are going
This
to
is
been
the
going
middle
on
of the
for a
map.
long time now, and I feel like this changes.
It's the middle of the map. There's a tower right there. Or this is by a tower.
The only
Oh, it's by another tower.
good things are going to come out of it.
I am so excited to let players play the new Conquest. We put a lot of new stuff in, and we hope
I don't like that idea though, Hockey. Like, the Fire Giant is the ultimate buff. You go and fight for the buff. I like the idea of Gold Fury giving you stacking passives, but like the Fire Giant's the in-game fight, right? It's not like, oh, they get Fire Giant, that's okay. We get Gold Fury, that's fine. We'll nullify their advantage, right? The team that's pulling the Fire Giant, that got the Fire Giant, has the advantage. They were doing really well, so they were able to pull that objective. Now it seems like it's more nullified, and probably maybe even better if they get the enhanced Gold Fury. So I don't like that concept. It's if one team is winning and they can get the enhanced Fire Giant, or even just the Fire Giant, then they're the team that should be winning the game. They should win the game, not getting another option to where you don't really have the team fight and you can maybe go for, like, I don't know, a split push or something. I just don't like that. I don't like the mechanic. And
They
we've
like
done
it.
it through OP. We've done it for, like, I don't know, maybe 6-8 months, where the towers and inhibs were disabled, and they could just it was just a pain in the ass. I don't like that concept.
and we're really excited.
It's not a fun concept. Where's the overall map?
My name is
thing?
Pom. I'm the game designer on Smite 2, and I'm going to walk through the item experience for y'all. So in our current
I really
alpha,
feel
you
like
will
people,
see the
because people
auto
haven't
build.
really experienced this yet, that they're gonna play it and it's not gonna go over well, especially in like a pro scene. That's not gonna go over well. That's just
flow.
getting
This
removed.
is an option that you'll have at the
Guarantee
start of
it.
the game that shows you 2 different options that you can build for your character. These have been pre-made by us that you can hop in really quickly, and you just select one. If you want to use that one, it gives you a brief rundown on what it does, or you can hit disable and you can actually go into the item store and do the full item experience there. When you go to the item store, you're actually going to see that most of the items are based off components. So rather than having the mace tree that builds into 4 mace items, you now have an axe. And this axe is the core component for all strength items that exist in the game. And so when you hit that button, you'll see a whole bunch of builds into, and that's how you determine what stats you want to go. So if you aren't sure exactly
I do
what
like
you
the new
want in
item
Smite 2,
system.
you can build an axe knowing that you want strength, and then maybe
I think
you
it'll
wanna
be
get some
it'll
attack
also
speed,
be
so
very
you build
new
a bow
player
to give
friendly
you
as
some attack
well.
speed. Well, now you can see that you have those 2 items in your inventory. You can see what they build into, and that'll naturally kind of guide you to the item that you were trying to go
And also
for in the
like
first
early
place.
access is
So
probably
the
not gonna have
main
a lot of
stat changes
items.
are going to be strength and intelligence. You are familiar with this as physical power and magical power, but the main difference is all your characters can build both. There's no item restriction, so there's no you're only.
I was kind of worried about this having like 2 different stats on characters, but OP was already doing this. They had a lot of characters who had multiple like we'll take like Grux for example. He has like 3 physical damaging abilities, and then his dash is like magical damage or something. There's like one other ability that's like magical damage and or magical scaling. Same thing with like Chalk in this game. He's gonna have 3 other damaging abilities, or 2 other damaging abilities, and his healing is like magical. I wasn't really too worried about it. I think it actually might be more fun, just to have like, you know, you can meme around with other builds, but it's not gonna be meta. But you can meme around and have fun
building
with it.
physical power items
At first, I
or
was a little worried about having like that, but now it's like, okay, whatever. It's cool. I think it'll be okay.
items, you can build all strength and intelligence items. There's a
I didn't
few
like
other
the
minor
concept,
changes,
but
like lifesteal is now a global stat that affects everything.
I'm kinda cool
as
with it
well
now.
as CDR is now CDR again, but it's not a percentage. It actually modifies your cooldown exponentially as it gets higher and higher. Relics aren't a thing in Smite 2 anymore. Instead, you start with Purification Bees as a default choice, as well as a ward active that you can use. And to replace relics, we're actually bringing in actives as a choice. So you have 6.
Yeah, and also having 200 magical scaling was interesting. Yeah, that kind of sucks because it was on a main damaging ability, but even then, it wasn't like really worth the build. Unless you get full build, then sell, and then go the magical build. But like leading up to that full build, it wasn't really worth. But it's like, it's a meme, right? It's something to do if you're bored.
Item slots, and all 6 of those items could be active items. They actually have keybinds dedicated to them, so you can use them whenever you want. So you can think of this as a
I really
way to activate
like
your
the no
passive effects
relics.
without having
I
to
do.
have it be some conditional trigger.
Except for beads.
There's a lot of different active effects that you can bring to your team, such as there's a mushroom that you can place on the ground that heals your whole team. There's an item that knocks people away, and there's even one that actually stasises the whole team, friendly and enemy, that actually can really shift a team fight. So these are really, really powerful effects, but we've tuned them such that they aren't super stat efficient. So if you want to go a more passive
To be
route,
fair,
or you
everyone
wanna
needs
go a
beats
more
in this
static
fight. Yeah,
route,
I
wanna
agree.
focus on just
That's
making
why I like
your
it.
character as strong as possible, you can
You
still
have to
go
have
those
it.
item builds.
Getting
Those choices
CC,
yours
getting
there,
CC to death
and
is
that
not
lets
fun.
you choose.
Getting CC'd is not a fun mechanic at all. See, there's 4 portals. This is the other tower here. So this is dual lane. Oh yeah, they had Gold Fury. This is really open. There's 4 portals. I'm assuming you go from like portal to portal here, right? And I hope it's a one-time use and like it goes on cooldown. I would like that mechanic rather than like everyone using it. Or if you're gonna use it, like collectively you need to jump on the portal and take it together. Once it's gone, once it's down, you can no longer use it again. I would really like the mechanic rather than everyone have a self cooldown.
Use kind of your own level of active.
I don't like the single cooldown. I want to, but like if one person takes that portal, then that portal's down for 120 seconds. I would like that mechanic, or you synchronize with your team to all hop on at the same time to get in.
Usage that you want to be using.
Yeah,
so
they could
we're not
change it. They can
expecting
make some
everyone to
stuff. They
have
haven't
to
said
have
anything
super
about it
high
yet.
APM and execute a whole bunch of keybinds to be successful in Smite 2, but there are extra tools available for you if you want to engage in that playstyle. In Smite 2, the item store really has two main goals. We want to make it easy for you to find the items that you want by building the kind of intuitive way that you might expect to. You want strength, you start building strength, and you'll at the end of that, you'll have an item that actually does what you wanted it to do. Outside of that, we also want to make sure that characters have the way of showing their depth of different playstyles and giving a lot of control.
You wouldn't go full
about
magical
how they
build
wanna
on
build their
Chalk
character,
just for the heals.
both
It'd just be a
whether
fun
they choose
meme build.
strength, whether they choose int, whether they choose hybrid, whether they get supporting stats versus defense.
As long as they don't make it to
or if they
where
want to go a whole active playstyle
it's like
that
completely
has a whole bunch
broken,
of active
I
effects
think
that
it'd be
can
fine.
really round out weaknesses in their team. We want to make sure that that's something that players can easily grab onto and utilize, and not be a
Oh, hold
huge
on,
burden
actually,
to go
one
into
second,
that
one
playstyle.
second, guys.
But also, we want to make sure that that's something.
Look how simple this is, actually. Okay, so we had 2 XP camps. Okay, so red and blue are by each other. 2 XP camps, and then yellow and purple are by each other. No green buff. No green buff. Wait, is this yellow? What are these? Maybe just like regular XP? These might be yellows. One of these might be a yellow, or both yellow. This actually might be gold XP. Now that I'm thinking about it, because there's gold here. This might just be like regular XP. There's no other minion on the duo side. It's just the center one that everyone can test. You wish you could tell me? That's alright, we're speculating. Don't worry about it. So no green buff, XP. This is a gold icon though, which is different. But I like it's just simple, man. There's no fucking I don't know, maybe there is a treasure chest that's running around. Maybe there is a harpy that's running around, but it just seems more simple. No fucking meteor coming out of nowhere. There's not a billion objectives to do before you can team fight. It seems more simplistic. Team fight is happening, and let's go fight at the team fight. This little contest over here might be pretty nice, the Warhorn, because it allows you. It'll be like getting a mini Oni wave, I believe. It allows you to push. So you can pull a different objective. I just like that it's more simple, man.
Something that players can easily grab on.
Not that it's like too complex, it's just not fun for me.
To go into that playstyle, but also if that's not what you want to go for, want to give that customization.
I want to do
so
more
you can
brawly
choose
and less
a whole
farmy.
level of kind of active choice. Items have also that strength and intelligence, so they're not split anymore between physical power and magical power, and a lot of our characters leverage that. So Chalk is a great example of a character who, if you want to get in there, swing your axe, and do a whole bunch of damage, largely.
Yeah, see, this is an XP camp. Where the fuck is this? The speed camp? Are these speeds? This is an XP.
Strength is going to play to your playstyle, and you could probably build a strength build that's very similar to Smite 1. But we've also given him intelligence scaling, so things like the protections he gains on this 2 and the rain cloud healing of his 3. Those are actually now augmented by intelligence. So if you want to play this more frontliner, tanky, really hard to kill Chalk, you can go more intelligence focused, and there's hybrid items there to support that playstyle that specifically give both strength and intelligence that are really good on him. But yeah, we can't wait for you guys to get your hands on it.
I'm excited, man.
We have our alpha coming out soon. It's going to be so cool to have you guys in there.
Alpha needs to hurry up.
And definitely give us feedback on it.